Singapore Prime Minister Loong has renewed calls for small states to work together and advance common interests for more global influence. He was speaking at a reception in New York, hosted for an informal United Nations grouping of over 100 small states launched by Singapore in 1992. Brandon Tanuto with more from New York.
Small states can and must contribute to the work of the United Nations because it is in their interest to have a strong UN and rules-based multilateral system. That's the crux of Singapore Prime Minister Hsien's speech at a reception for the Forum of Small States grouping. And that's because he said small states have no intrinsic relevance to the workings of the international system.
Unlike larger and more powerful countries, we don't set the agenda or decide the mega trends. If Singapore disappears tomorrow, the world will continue probably just fine. In fact, if we do not manage our external relations carefully, our freedom to determine our own destinies can be severely circumscribed, even if nominally we remain sovereign or independent.
Mr. Lee added the fundamental realities and vulnerabilities of small states have not changed. Unlike bigger states which can absorb multiple hits, the margin of error for smaller states is much narrower. Their smaller economies are more exposed to changes in the global market, and they lack the strategic depth to defend themselves for war. It can also take years for them to recover and rebuild after an extreme weather event. Still, Mr. Lee said this doesn't mean that small states are helpless or cannot take action. In fact, he said their size helps them adapt and respond more quickly to changes.
Our sense of insecurity and even paranoia are also constructive, as they motivate us to deal more decisively with challenges and threats. With our options more constrained, our collective minds are more readily focused, and we are less hampered by regional interests and differences or multiple levels of government that bigger countries have to grapple with.
The Forum of Small States was established almost 30 years ago for small states to have a larger voice in global affairs. The membership of the Forum has grown from an initial grouping of 16 states to 107 from all geographical regions. Brandon Tanuto, CNA, New York.